All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Pokey Bones Rock Rage Radio.
Hey guys, Pokey Bones here from the Pokey Bones Radio Show. Here is a little bit of my show with AJ Diaferio and Jeremy Matthew from the West Palm Beach band We're Wolves. We are talking about their brand new original song and video, Wasteland. Your song, Wasteland. Who shot this video?
That would be John Volpine of Glass Dagger Film Co. And our good buddy co-DP'd it. His name is Andrew Colton of Colton Visuals. And my wife and our friend Brittany actually did all the makeup.
And John Volpine, Colton, their cinematography. Did I say that right? I think it did. Anyway.
Cinematography?
Yeah, I said that right.
Anyway. Cinematography.
Absolutely out of this world. And his work is just off the walls.
That was impressive. That was a very well done video. That was why I asked, who did this video? That just fits what I know of Werewolves. Great video, awesome song.
We aim to please and we try to be as us as possible.
I don't think me and AJ ever collaborate on anything that we don't think we would want to listen to, or we actually don't even try to do anything that's ever necessarily cool, quote unquote, in the industry. Just kind of whatever the flow is. My guitar writing's like a squirrel on crack, so it's all over the place sometimes, but we get it sorted out and we get it fluid.
This is the first original that you guys have done in quite some time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
All right. Well, where would you like to start, Pokey?
Tell me about the song, the meaning, the influence and inspiration behind the song.
We came into the studio I had this concept in mind of how I wanted to construct the album that I was conveying to everybody in the band. And I had this premise that I wanted to do kind of a adaptation of the Divine Comedy. So I wanted to do Dante's Inferno. So, conveying that idea to the band members, everybody was just kind of looking at me like I had six heads. Everybody thought it was a cool idea, but they really didn't understand the whole premise of it. So when it came time to actually sit down and start constructing songs, I started kind of divvying out how the songs would go, and pretty much we picked each layer of hell. And so we sat down and tried to figure out what lust sounds like. What greed sounds like, what pride, wrath, what all of those sound like. So this one was the representation of gluttony. For me, I always kind of seen gluttony as my delve into substance abuse. So the gluttonous rage that lives inside me as a sober person, constantly battling against it and striving to stay sober.
Yeah.
Just human society and how everybody is just kind of at each other's throats, and we're just constantly consuming and we're becoming zombies, and the only thing that around us is just that need to just consume, whether it be media or products. That kind of thing. There's a obsessive, compulsive need to just consume everything around you.
Yeah, they're either glued to their phones or sticking a needle in their arm somewhere. It's just that absolute endless, bottomless consumption.
Yeah, and they're both addictions because people will break into cold sweats if they can't get to their phone.
If you go through when the album's out, we actually took a lot of direction from the book itself. In the lyrical form of Wasteland, you can pick out certain things that describe the layout of that hellscape. So it's part trying to stay true to the book, but it's also part trying to relate it to something in my own personal life that would kind of connect with people. So, you can kind of take the song in whatever interpretation you want to, but for me, that's what it's a representation of. It's a representation of just trying to stay clean.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the riff writing and the musical part, outside of the lyrical melody and the lyrics, that was a riff that I was holding on to that one for like a really long time and just like really didn't know what to do with it. that kind of like tapping intro that you're hearing. I'm a gigantic hymn fan. His Infernal Majesty. Fucking love them. There's this song that they have called Vampire Heart, and it's got this like, it's an extremely like slow kind of tapping intro, and I like wanted to just create like a completely insane version of that in like a lower tuning, and that's kind of where that came from. And then everything that kind of followed, I just really wanted to have that like just kind of in your face, like popping, jumpy riff, that would really make something super, super energetic. And I think we delivered on that song very, very well.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm impressed. I'm actually not surprised, though, because it's really very much what I was expecting from you guys. I'm so much excited that you guys finally put out another original.
You can expect the next one in June. This album, entitled Evil Things, it's a 10-song album, so you guys are getting plenty this year.
We snuck in a secret song as well.
A secret song?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's a second song. If you go to our Spotify, iTunes, everywhere, there's a special second song.
Yes.
We can't get too much into it because we're in the middle of some legal stuff.
You can go on any of our platforms. We're not going to talk too much about that song because it's, like AJ just stated, but it's out.
Surprise!
And,
it's a lovely surprise for everybody.
It's a secret song. It's out there, though. Right when you click Wasteland, you'll see it.
Yep. It's a nice thank you for waiting 3 years for an original song. Here's a second one. Here's a merch store. Here's a music video. We're giving it all to you.
Nice.
And as a nice added bonus, you won't have to wait that long to hear something else from us, because most likely in May something special is coming out, and it might be a cover, and I'm not going to tell you more than that.
And that's it.
It's something all of us and our producer is a massive fan of, and we're very excited to do this song because it's not going to be like the others.
I don't get really super excited about covers. Like, I don't mind doing them, Like, they're fun, and, you can have fun with them, but they're just not, like, my thing necessarily. This one that we're doing, though, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, thrilled. Getting a thrilled out of Jeremy, that's hard.
Yeah, for a cover, so.
Make sure to follow Werewolves on all social media platforms. That way you don't miss out on any of this great stuff that we are talking about. All of the great badass music, plus don't forget the merch store. And as always, you can count on more interviews, more co-hosts, and takeovers, much like this one on the Pokey Radio Show on Rock Rage Radio, Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Download the Rock Rage Radio app from your phone's app store, or listen at www.rockrageradio.com. Peace out, bitches.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Pokeballs Rock Rage Radio.